This episode, we take you to Tennant Creek. It's no secret, Tennant Creek is often overlooked on the map, but this rugged outback town is packed with rich history. We head beneath the surface for an underground mine tour for a journey into the heart of Tennant Creek's mining past and the stories carved deep in the earth. Get ready to discover a side of the outback few get to see. Grog, guns, gold, and a shortage of women add up to a little bit of violence. Would you agree, JL?
I'd agree with that. Also, these lights seem to be out or off, so it's not us, it's just dark in here, but they've got aircon put in yesterday.
As of yesterday.
Just for us. They heard we were coming, they thought, you know what, Jess is the Silver Princess. Now, I don't know if you could see that, but that said that back in the day at parties, they would cool down their beers by putting them in a wet woolen sock and then hanging them in the breeze for an hour or so. I've been throwing them in rivers before, tied to the bank to cool them down in the past, but I'm going to try this whole woolen sock thing in the. I think that's a good idea. I could just use my fridge. I got 2 of them. It's not as fun though. Yeah, they're doing fizzy.
It's yoga, not fizzy.
I was forever going camping with a billy just like this until it was unfortunately stolen, but it had the exact same patina marks and everything. It was stunning, beautiful, loved it. Don't know where it came from, but it had been around in the family for years. It was really sad, but yeah, I got a soft spot for these kettles and stuff.
And shout out to our mate Graham from ORS, who is a billy boiling champion.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He is and a whip cracking champion as well. Very cool guy.
Wow, look at this sewing machine.
Do you know, I never really considered it, but I never thought I'd actually find somebody who would share my love for outback museums. It's pretty cool, because otherwise I'd just be here by myself. And look, sometimes I am. But a lot of the time she comes, she's very enthusiastic, and we love to see it.
I have to say, like, we do go to a lot of museums, Josh's choice, but this is a really good museum. Like, I don't always love coming to museums, but I really like this museum. I feel like with the photos and the quotes and all the, artifacts, it really feels like you've gone back in time and you're learning about how it actually was in Tennant Creek.
Yeah, true. This is one of the very, very good museums. It's really nicely done, really easy to follow, and whether you want to sit down and read everything or you just want to come through and peruse with kids and stuff like that, you'd absolutely love it here. My full and undying respect to any Australian or any serviceman or woman who has received the VC Cross. That is something that is only awarded to, to the biggest heroes. And this was the first and only Territorian to receive the VC. So an amazing bit of history, and something that when you see it, you should always be respectful of that, because their sacrifice for this country and for peace was huge.
So there's a 25% sale on right now. Probably doesn't help anyone because this won't come out in real time, but just to give you a rough idea of costs, all those museums and the mine tour that we're doing tomorrow was $76 for the both of us. So pretty good, pretty cost effective, I reckon.
Yeah, so call it $100 for 2 adults
Not
with
really.
no sale on or around about that, and I'd say that's worth it. Without having done this mine tour, I still think it's worth it.
As you guys know, we love Aussie history and we especially love a mining town. So given the chance to head into another mine, we took it. Instead of opals like Coober Pedy and Mooka, Tennant Creek has rich gold rush history, and that's what the miners in the 1930s were tirelessly chipping away to find.
I feel like I'm walking inside a wine barrel.
Yeah, also original people.
We're out here at Tennant Creek Telegraph Station, absolutely cracking little location with some really beautiful history. I've got my laminated notes here because here at Adventure Intel, well, we're just prepared.
No.
I actually got these from the caravan park that we're staying at, and it has a handy little key here, keys to that building over there, which is really cool. Just Outback love and care, you know, like I love that you can just pick up the keys and go explore. One of the things it actually says on these, and I would always encourage people to read this information, it seems like the best punchy information you want to know about the areas, and the NT parks actually do a great job of giving this information and actually managing their parks. I got to say, NT parks, you do get 2 thumbs up from me for that sort of stuff, and not that you really care. One of the things it says to do before you walk into the building is to imagine that you're here in the 1870s. You're getting supplies once every 6 months that arrive by camel from Port Augusta, and you've got a team of people managing the Telegraph comms 24 hours a day. It is so hot and humid just standing here with flies landing on my face and annoying me. I can't imagine what life really would have been like back then in the 1870s, or yeah, even before that, even setting this up, like getting the materials out here to build this stuff, to build these telegraph lines, to connect parts of Australia to other parts of Australia. This is what was responsible for getting comms from here out to Darwin, Adelaide, and a whole lot of other places. So it's really cool, and we're gonna go dig into this bit of history. Now, one other thing I should have mentioned just then is you don't have to pick these keys up from a caravan park or something like that. The easiest and probably most efficient place to head would be the visitor centre at Battery Hill there, and you can hire the keys from there if that's what you want to do. I really would suggest though, getting the keys, coming out and seeing these places. And you know, sometimes they are unlocked. A lot of the times people forget to lock them back up. So if you do come out, please make sure you leave it how you found it, unless you found it unlocked, in which case leave it locked. Go home, go to home.
I can't get it.
Now the trick with these doors, having opened a fair few in my time, is to push in, come up, and then start, you know, unlocking, but probably with less brute than that.
Gee, just ripped it out.
That's it, I've destroyed history. And lucky my face isn't, whoa.
Maybe you're not meant to open. What is this?
I'm gonna say,
Look on the map.
no, let's guess first. I mean, this has got to be some sort of cold store or something like that. Sure.
It looks like as a tomb.
Yeah. Oh, but maybe we're wrong. Fireplace looking like.
Okay.
What is
Can you look on the map?
Oh, do you know what it was? It's one of those Outback steam rooms. So all the boys would have sat here, fire going, because it gets so cold out here.
Are you lying?
Yes. So that we found out was the cellar, which makes sense. It was actually super cool in there. I might actually go back in because I keep wearing black in these videos.
And long shirts.
Oh, anyway, it's sun safety and all of that. You know, when you're spending decades of your time in the Outback, it's important, I suppose. No, I don't suppose. Sun safety is actually really important. Sorry.
And you've got those little breathing holes at the back.
Oh, yeah, I think I got vented armpits.
Yeah,
in
you've
these
got
ones.
ventilation in those shirts.
Yeah. Isn't this just... I love it. You know, the building's still out here. It's still beautiful, and it's just such cracking history that you can come out and sink your teeth into. I'm kind of excited, and I'm kind of going this way. So this is what I mean about leaving it how you found it, unless you found it like this, because the door is open.
Unlocked.
It's not just unlocked, it's open, which as we know in the Outback, it's just not great for dust and stuff, but that's all right because we can lock it on the way out. Why was every bushman like just built and good looking without any effort? You know, they probably haven't showered in 3 weeks and they look
Because
better than
they're
me.
doing manual labour every single day.
I'm not jealous.
Nature's gym.
I don't know. You may well think that that's locking other tourists out, but I think it's also just locking out anyone who may want to do some harm. You know, the tourist who wants to see stuff will come get the key, so I think it's okay.
And there are multiple keys, because the guy at the caravan park was saying they're as rare as hen's teeth, so implying that there's more than one that you can get.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I mean, they did say to make sure you lock it, so.
Yeah.
How else do you preserve these places? Isn't it stunningly cool under this veranda? Bedroom, come in. Yeah, you see we've gone for an open plan here. That's basically just a, I don't know what I'm saying. Jesus. There's a ginormous roof cavity. There must be a fireplace in here. You know, every cliche is blacksmith, you say like parts of the area and whatever, it's super hot, they're smacking red hot metal and sweating everything out. Can you imagine doing it out here in the peak of summer? Like, oh, you would lose three quarters of your weight in sweat in about a minute, I reckon.
And then what the guy at the mine was saying about the water, you had to walk like 7 kilometres to bring your water back.
Yeah, with a bucket in each hand. I'll tell you, one thing I've noticed about Tennant Creek, having done the mine tour now, the museums and the Telegraph station as well, is that I really regret every time that I just drove through on my way to somewhere else. Tennant Creek, all these the bigger names, the bigger sort of places out here, I always naively sort of thought I'll just come back to them. And whilst I've done that, I should have just stayed and visited them when I was first here, because they are absolutely cracking locations. Tennant Creek is a really, really cool outback spot, and there is so much solid history here. No matter what kind of history you're into, Tennant Creek really does seem to have it. Behind me, you'll see the remnants of, I guess, the shoulder of that wet season. So it's still, like I said before, hugely humid here. Getting on and off storms, which really are quite beautiful, but and cool to be a part of. But there has been massive downpours. Mainly at the back of Barclay, you're looking at like over 300 mil in some areas. So we will run into those issues at some point, and we knew we would. So we're prepared and not too worried. It's part and parcel of traveling these outback places, especially out that way. And when you get into and even when you get into the outback Queensland, there it's always underwater. So just bring a snorkel for yourself in your 4-wheel drive.